And we're back. Oh, hi. Oh, that's right, my controller's not plugged in. Okay, one second. Okay, continuing where we left off. That's right, we're on... What bonfire is this called? We're on the tower on the wall. Oh, that's right, we also have a couple of things that we missed. So let's go and do that real quick, and then we're going to take care of that dragon over there. I'll show you how to do that. But going back to Firelink Shrine, we forgot, by we I mean me, of course. It's not really a we, it's just me being stupid. Yes, yes, very nice. So we forgot to reinforce our Estus Flask. That'll use our shard. Now when we rest at the bonfire again, we will have 5 Estus Flasks. Let me show you real quick. Boom. Now we have 5. Alright, and going back up here to that tree that we jumped on to get to the roof, let me show you something real quick. So once you're on top of the roof, if you just make your way around like we did to get inside of the secret room over here, run past the room all the way back here. Get on top of here. We're going to grab that in just a second. That's the Uchi Katana, I believe, from the Swordmaster, who we tricked into falling off the cliff. We'll grab that in a second. But if you come all the way over here and be ready, there's a little crystal lizard. Oh, he's getting away. There we go. If you kill them, if they run away for too long, they will vanish, and you'll have to reload the area by resting at a bonfire. If you kill them, they'll give you a upgrade material. Now, sometimes that upgrade material can be Twinkling Titanite or Titanite scales. Sometimes it can be a gem, and the gems are used to give your weapon special properties. So you can give it fire, and it won't scale with anything, or you can make it fire, and it'll scale with faith. Or with a raw gem, specifically, like we have here, it'll give your weapon a flat damage. It's not going to scale with any of your attributes. It'll simply just do a stagnant amount of damage that will increase with your level. And also the level of your sword, or whatever weapon you're using. So there we go. We got the Uchi Katana, Master's Attire, and Master's Glove. All pretty weak armor. In fact, I don't think it has any special kind of benefits other than it weighs less. It does give you a boost to curse resistance, but other than that, your knight armor is going to be better because most of the damage you're going to take in this game is going to be physical. So we grabbed that. If you walk up here, there's a couple of people in Firelink Shrine we should probably talk to real quick. If you come up here to the second chair to your left, there's this guy here. He's not going to be able to do anything for us yet, but I'll show you when he becomes useful. But you can talk to him, he'll tell you about a little...
All that unkindled.
What does he tell us? We'll just listen to him.
I am Ludleth of Corland. Look not in bewilderment as I say. I linked the fire long ago, becoming the Lord of Cinder. If substantiation be thy want, set thine eyes upon my charred course. This sad cadaver, no need to be coy. Have a closer look.
So, he'll offer you to turn the souls of the bosses that you kill into weapons. And the way that you're able to do that, once you kill what's technically the second boss, but for most people they call the third boss, Gundyr isn't really the first boss. He's just the training boss. And when you get to the actual second boss, he will drop an item that you'll give to him, and oh, I forgot to grab the stuff we need to kill the dragon. But if you give Ludwig, or whatever his name was, Ludith, and he'll let you turn bosses' souls into weapons. Okay, we're back in Firelink Shrine. If you remember from last episode, we made sure to go and grab the bow. And that's very important, because we're going to need that to take out the dragon. So make sure you get enough souls to come over to the maiden. Here. We're going to want to purchase a whole bunch of arrows. Like 99. You really only need like, I think it's close to like 50 or 60 arrows total, but I like to bring extra just in case.
Ashen 1.
And here's how we're going to kill the dragon. You want to go back to High Wall of Lothric. Run down these stairs. Kill this guy. Kill this guy. Whoop. Whoop. Kill these guys. Look out for the dragon, because he will try to burn you and everything that you love. Also, while the ground is on fire, you will take damage. So be careful. So let me show you how we kill the dragon. Switch to your bow. Go over here. Make sure that you have your arrows selected. Two-hand your bow. Walk up right about here. He shouldn't be able to hit you. And just... Alright, yeah. Can't hit us. And just start shooting your arrows at his hand. If he hits you, don't worry about it. He's not going to do a whole lot of damage to you. Just kind of get back into position and keep firing. Once he gets down to about a fifth of his health, he will fly away, and you'll get a Titanite shard, I believe. Large Titanite shard. Look, there we go. Yeah, he don't like us poking him with them arrows constantly. We can switch back to our longsword and start picking up all the loot. We got a club, an ember, in case we died up here. And my favorite weapon, the claymore, which is what we will be using from here on. Now, as you see, let me equip that real quick. When we equipped the claymore, our weight ratio went up to 73.6. When we were using the longsword, it was 62. If your weight goes past 70% weight ratio, you will start doing what's called fat rolling. If I show you with the longsword on, anytime you roll, you know, it's kind of fast. You can very quickly get out of the way, and your iframes, your invincibility frames, will last longer. Invincibility frames meaning the frames in your animation, you're completely invulnerable. No one can hit you. So, if we equip the claymore, anytime we roll, it's very fat. In that few seconds that we're in the air, we're invincible. Once we hit the ground, enemies can hit us again. So we don't want to be doing that. So I will be unequipping our shield. If you want to keep the shield, you can. Just unequip a piece of armor, and you should be able to keep the shield. Whew. That guy looking fugly. I am going to fight the knight over here just for you guys, just so you can watch and see what his attack moves are. He is very daunting and a little difficult to fight, especially if you're new to the game. But he ain't nothing you gotta worry about. Oh. Oh, I forgot he lunges really far. He does stagger very easily, so you don't have to worry too much about that. And if you do enough damage to them while they're blocking, it'll stun them. And you'll be able to do a critical shot on them. Oh, and we got the Knight's Crossbow and a Lothric Knight Shield from that. Nice. Yeah, I swear... I feel like there's a code in the game where the second you start recording, the game immediately boosts your loot, because it knows you're going to post it to YouTube. Alright, homie. I'm over here. And, you know, that's cool. Nice, got some firebombs. I'm going to go ahead and rest at the bonfire just so we can get all of our flasks back. Alright, rested at the fire. And we're going to stop here. Let the knight go through. You can go and fight this guy. You can also block with your swords if you don't have a shield equipped. You will take damage if you block with your sword, because it's not a shield. It's not meant to block. But it won't be as much damage, and you won't be stunned as much if you were to just take the damage. Thank you. And before we go out there, so that's the way we're supposed to go. Before we go out there, I'm going to drop down here real quick. And fight this guy, who is a big meanie. Very rude of you. I'm going to go down over here. And watch out for that guy, because I'm pretty sure he throws bombs and all these barrels explode. There we go. Oh. Alright, that's some bullshit. We get a Veil Breaker, which is like a dagger. It kind of sucks, I'm gonna be honest. Unless you're really good at parrying, it ain't worth it. It ain't worth it, Chief. Don't do it. We're going to unlock our first... This is not the shortcut. I lied. Never mind. Don't worry. We're going to come back for him. He is a good guy. He will sell us stuff later. Once we rescue him from there, he will go back to Firelink Shrine. And I'll show you where he's at once we rescue him. Continuing on. When you get up here, a guy is going to climb up that ladder and try to attack you. And there is a dude hanging off the edge right there who will also try to attack you. As you see, before we even walk up those steps, he's already coming after us. So if you just wait for him to come up, you can kill him before he gets up. You don't have to worry about that. But trying to fight two guys at once. Then we can just wait. And we can just knock him off the edge. Again, I'm going to kill these enemies. And I'm going to cut away. I'm going to leave this as a little surprise for you. Okay, enemies are dead. If you run past there, there is a crystal lizard. Who would try to run away, and he will fail. And you'll get a raw gem from that. The crystal lizards, by the way, those are a guaranteed drop, and they will not... It is guaranteed, but it's a predetermined drop. So you'll always get the same thing from the same lizard in the same place. They also don't respawn like other enemies. Once you kill them, they're gone. Now, while we're up here, we can get a sneak peek at what's ahead of us. A big old fat ass. You know, this is one of the few good uses for the binocular. In fact, it's one of the only uses for the binocular. We can take a... There he is. Look at that big boy. Yeah. We're not going to talk about that. We're not going to talk about that. There we go. I also forgot to mention, the reason we're using the Claymore is because this scales better with strength, which is our main attribute that we want to keep putting levels into. And eventually we're going to get bigger weapons that'll scale even better, that'll do even more damage. So this one, as you can see, does 183 plus 31 two-handed. That plus number, that's the damage it'll do when you hold it with both hands. So with our longsword, it does 110 plus 29. So it'll do 110 damage each hit when we're holding it in one hand, and it'll do another plus 29 damage when we're holding it with both hands. As you can see, it scales off of both dexterity and strength. This one will only scale... Well, this one also scales off of dexterity and strength, but it scales more with strength. And it's a great sword for the early game, especially with its move set. Right here is one of those instances where a shield might be really good. Because you got 2 crossbow guys, and then you got a couple of guys who will try to gang up on you. And they're dead. Yeah, we got some more fire bombs. It's nice. Now, when you walk into this room, is there an item we can get over here? There is. Go down here. Never mind. Forget that room. We got the black fire bombs. There we go. If you come in here, nobody jumps out at you, do they? No. But a knight sure comes around the corner. This one's different. He's got a big-ass shield and a long pointed stick. He likes to shove up your rear end. He also likes to bop you with his shield several times. Now he's a little thicker than the last guy, and he really likes his shield. I dodged that, but okay. I hate the spear guys. They just hide and cower behind their shields while you do nothing. Oh. Yeah, that works. Oh, nothing from him. In here's another group of people who will try to gang up on you. I backstabbed you, but cool. There's also a dude hidden in this pot. Sorry, there's a dude hidden behind the pot. There was an item hidden in the pot. An undead hunter's charm. When you throw that at people, like specifically invaders, when they come and invade your world, it'll stop them from being able to use their Estus flask to heal. In here is another ambush. I believe there's one guy over there, and then I believe 2 more try to come up from right there. You can see him hanging. So we're gonna come in, pop this guy, and if he ever decides to come up here, oh, all right, you couldn't decide whether or not he was dead. And we get a Titanite shard, which is useful. We can use that to upgrade stuff again. Continuing on. There's an item back here behind tables. I meant to hit A. Just another soul. So you ain't gotta worry about that. Another dude. He's about to pop out from behind this wall. So as soon as or behind this door. So as soon as you cross it, make sure to dodge. Whoop. A couple of times. Dodge a couple of times. I'm still getting used to the camera. There's not anyone hiding in here, I don't think. Nah, just a broadsword. Broadsword is nice. It does, I think, a little bit more damage than the longsword, but it's also shorter. So it's not going to get stuck in any of these walls. Like, you're not going to bounce off a wall. I like as I try to show your sword bouncing off a wall, it decides not to bounce off any walls. So going this way, we find the green blossom. Down here is a chest with another sword in it. This is the Astora Straight Sword. The Astora Straight Sword is kind of weird because it requires faith. It requires 12 faith, but it doesn't scale with faith. It only scales with strength. I think this is actually a what's the word? It's a quality sword. So it scales with both dexterity and strength, but it requires faith, and that's the confusing part about it. Like if it scaled a little bit with faith, that makes sense. So below us is the axe guy, a dog, another dog, and the big axe guy. He's somewhere. Where's the other big axe? Oh, there he is. Hello! And they will all try to eat you. That dog looked real hungry. Oh, look at that. You can count all of his ribs. Yeah, he's not too happy. Oh, and there's another big axe guy. I forgot about him. So do what you will as far as getting out of here. Because it's going to be a pain in the ass. I want to take care of that dog first. I'm going to take care of that dog first. Come on, walk right in front of the explosive barrels. Please? No, really. That, I believe, is an Estus shard there, that item. And then behind those crates, right there, is a Titanite shard, I believe. Screw it. Oh, I missed. It's really hard to aim in this game. Ah, shit. Oh, there we go. It worked anyways. Only took us 3 bombs. Oh, they are both right on top of me. The dogs do not like fire. If you didn't know. Not big fans. This entire time, I forgot to hit the record button. So I'll go back and show you what we get. Or what we got. I will say the reason we're down here again... Oh, nice, a halberd. The reason we're down here again, we went and grabbed the cell key. I'll show you where that was. And so now we're going back down here to get the little guy that was in that cell. Nice, some throwing knives. Yay! Let's see what he has to say.
Ah. You're no jailer, are you? No, you're from far away. And judging by the bell, you must be some of that unkindled ash. Remarkable. If that's true, then I have a favor to ask. Below the high wall is a musty little town. Not the home of any lord, just a very old settlement of undead. An old woman, Loretta, lives there. Please, give her this ring. I'm not asking for charity. In fact, if you do this for me, I'll be sure to repay you in kind. I may be a petty thief, but I've more wits than most royalty. What do you say then, huh? Very well.
Absolutely.
I humbly place my faith in you. I am Grey Rat of the Undead Settlement, and I promise to assist you. Give this ring to old Loretta at the base of the high wall. Do your part, and I'll do mine.
And now he will be back at Firekeep when we go back there, and he will sell us gear. Kind of like the handmaiden or whatever her name is, whatever she is. She'll also sell us stuff. Now I'm sure many of you are asking what that door right there is for. We'll get to that part later. Right now you can't open it. You'll need a special key. We'll get that key later. So as I was saying, right here is a Titanite shard. There's 2 crates that block it, but on this dead body is a Titanite shard. Right here's the Estus shard that we got. And down here on this corpse is where we got the jailer's key, or the cell key. And right here in this chest is where we get the Eagle Kite shield. So if you picked a class that doesn't have a shield, this is a good shield to use, especially early game. There's a guy here who will try to ambush you, and there's another guy here who throws fire bombs at you. So I do recommend killing them both before coming over here and grabbing the chest. Okay, so we've rested at the bonfire. We're going to keep going. If you're worried about losing your souls, you should have enough. You can go and put a few more points into whichever attributes you'd like. I'm not too worried about that right now. So we're just going to keep going. What we're going to do next is go and open up that shortcut that I mentioned earlier. We're going to keep going, and I'm going to continue to leave that part out. I'm going to let you figure it out for yourself. Kill this guy, dodge that. Kill this guy. Whew. Kill you. To continue, we're going to go down this ladder here. Don't worry, none of these are enemies. There is, however, an enemy right here. And one more that will try to ambush you. So what I would suggest for new people, don't bother fighting him. I would try to sneak around him, because he is kind of a pain in the ass to fight. He has a little spinning attack where he'll spin around for several seconds with his little axe, and it does a lot of damage. But I am going to show you the items that are around here. You get an ember. Over here, I believe, is either an ember or whatever blossom. Now it's a rapier. Okay. Oh. Ooh, and I think we woke up the axe dude over. Oh, he noticed us. Okay, we're just gonna run. There's 2 dudes over here. One is right there. There's a fire arrow guy there. We're just gonna ignore them. He's not coming up here, is he? Oh, he's trying. It's not gonna work out for him too well. Oh, there's an item here. Large soul. That's nice. Oh, that's right. We can jump there. I believe that's a ring of sacrifice. If you wear that ring and you die, you don't lose any souls, but the ring breaks. And you won't be able to use it. Oh, he's really trying. He really wants over here. To get that ring, you'll drop down here and then jump over there. And that's how you get the ring. I don't care for that ring. I'm not going for it, because then I have to go all the way around and try to sneak past this guy again. So we're just going to make a mad dash for that door right there. See it? Just run. Just ignore him. He can't make it through. There's an ambush waiting here. A bunch of guys are going to try and attack you. We got one of them. And they're taken care of. Through here is an elevator. I don't believe there's anything hidden in those barrels. There's not. That's right. We'll ride the elevator up. There is an item back here, though. Throwing knives. And then you can open up this door. And now the shortcut is open. So if you remember, that's where the two dogs were. And the two axe guys. And up there is our bonfire. This is a really great shortcut because this will get us closer to the boss if we end up dying while trying to fight him. So if we continue on. Oh, there's an item over here, I forgot. Green blossoms. If you consume that, it'll, for a short period of time, your stamina will regenerate faster. Okay, cool. He went back to where he was. Which means we can take care of this dude. Just like so. Oh! Almost missed him. That's a close one. Nothing over there. There's an item over here. Just a soul. There are 2 knights now. I should probably show you this real quick. Not that. I'm gonna take an ember real quick. Now if you see, after I took that ember, this name appeared on the ground. If you were embered, there are some locations where a summoning sign will appear. And you'll be able to summon an NPC to help you in your battles. That's one of the things that makes being embered so important. It's not necessary, you don't have to do it, but if you're really struggling, it can help significantly. The most places you're going to find summoning signs are right outside boss rooms. So there isn't a boss room anywhere near, technically. Technically, that right there is a boss room. But that's not a boss until much later in the game. That's the boss room we're trying to get to. But we have to go in there first and talk to this old lady. So, you can attempt to sneak past the guards. They can't go inside of that room. Or you can fight them. They're really not super difficult. They can be annoying. Like that. I tried to just... Oh! That's a close one. Oh. Armor is not thick enough to, just tank that hit. I promise I'm actually good at the game. I swear. Now, if you noticed, I just got an Estus Flask from that. Killing him. Certain enemies, and I think if you kill a certain amount of enemies, you'll get Estus Flasks back. If somebody invades you and you kill them, you will get, I believe you get all of your Estus Flasks back. If you kill the main invader. If somebody invades and they have other people help them, every one of them that you kill, you'll get an Estus Flask back. God, this guy's annoying. Doesn't matter. Oh, I messed that up. Gosh, dang it. Die. Little bitch. Up there, big scary guy. Nothing important over there. There is a raw gem, I believe, over here. But you don't have to kill him to get it. You can actually sneak past him. It's actually easier if we sneak past him over here, though. So we're going to let him come back. And then once he turns around, if you slow walk, that's technically what sneak mode is. Slow walking makes a little noise. The enemies aren't going to notice you. Trying to wait for him to come back. I lied. It's probably easier to grab that item from over there. But it's too late. We're already over here. So if you just sneak on over here. And we grab this item here. We get a Lucerne. Another quality weapon. It scales with both dexterity and strength. And I'll show it off here real quick. I'll show the halberd off too. Halberd's a cool weapon. Big axe. It's got thrusting attacks when you're two-handing it and one-handing it. The strong attack is a sweeping attack. I believe it's also sweeping attack when you're... Oh, that's pretty cool. And then the Lucerne, I believe that one is striking, yes. Same when you're two-handing it. Yeah. We're going to stick with our Claymore. So I like its moveset better. Because the strong attack's a poke. And so is the dodge attack. It's pretty nice.
Ah, the wait has been long, unkindled one. I am Emma, High Priestess of Lothric Castle. Allow me to speak frankly. You will not find the Lords of Cinder here. They have left, gone, to their churning homes, converging at the base of this castle. Head to the bottom of the high wall, forge on through the great gate, and raise this banner to proceed. This farewell gift is for you. It is the insignia of an old covenant. If you fear trespassers, dark spirits drawn by the embers, then etch this upon your heart, and the old Concord will beckon noble blue sentinels to hunt these foul spirits. Unkindled one, head to the high wall's base, go through the great gate, and raise this banner to proceed. But beware, the dog keeps a close eye on things. The vile watchdog of the Boreal Valley.
First boss. So, the thing that she gave us, the blue sentinel thing, that is your covenants. Your covenants is what you can use to either invade or go help someone who's being invaded. So if you put this on and someone is being invaded who's also using this, you'll be summoned to help them if they summon you. There's other covenants, ones that allow you to invade, things like that. And that's basically it. We're playing in offline mode, so we don't have to worry about that. The other thing too, you'll only get invaded if you're embered. So if we continue on, there's a crossbow guy over here. Yes. We'll kill him. And we got two little guards. They're not anything to worry about. Yeah, get wrecked. And here's another summoning sign. This is the Swordmaster. You remember, we tricked him into falling off the cliff. You'll only be able to summon him if you've already killed him at Firelink, and he will help you out the first boss. So what we're going to do, we're going to get our gold pine resin ready. If you remember, we picked this up earlier. The first boss is weak to lightning damage. And gold pine resin will enchant your weapon with lightning damage for a short time. The resins, there's multiple different resins. There's one that gives you fire damage, dark damage, magic damage, lightning damage, blood damage. Blood and frost are both build-ups, so the more you hit somebody, the more it builds up, and then it'll do the damage. The first boss is also weak to blood damage, which is what he does. So, we're going to summon him just so we can show you guys. And then we're going to go and fight the first boss. I also only have 3 flasks, so that's another reason we're going to summon him. Now, summoning people, both NPCs and people in your covenant, and so on, will increase the boss's damage and health just by a little bit. The more people you have, the more it'll raise his health. But it's not so much of a difference that it's not worth it. I still think it's worth it to bring an NPC or somebody if you're having trouble with a boss. Some of these bosses, though, they're super easy to fight, and it's not necessary to bring somebody. This boss is one of the easiest, especially once you learn his moveset. So we're going to come in here. The boss does not trigger until you've reached the door. So we're just going to go ahead and quickly put on our resin. Yeah, this boss seems scary. He's really not. If you stay under him the entire time, you're going to take him out pretty easily. Oh, I missed him. Yeah, as you can see, we're doing a lot of damage to him because of this. Just keep an eye on your stamina, and you should be good. And just stay right underneath him. Once he gets down to half health, he goes into his second phase where he will jump all over the arena. Just try and keep an eye on him. He'll do a charge up attack and shoot frost out. So just look out for that. Stay underneath him. And keep swinging. Oh! And there we go. Super easy boss. And as you see, we have his soul. So once we get the... whatever it is, I don't remember what it's called. We can turn that soul in and we can get either his mace that he was using, or we can get... I'm trying to remember what else he gives you. It's a ring. I don't remember what it's called, but the more attacks you do, I believe, the more damage that you'll do. So the like continuous attacks. You'll see once we get to it. And we get a sneak peek at all the places that we're going to go to. Another great use for the binoculars. So we have down there the swamps in Farron Keep. We have the Deep Cathedral, or Cathedral of the Deep. There's the Undead Settlement. That's where we're going to find Loretta. Over there is Dragon Peak. That's a super cool place. I can't wait to get there. That's just a random little city out in the distance. That's not important. And for Dark Souls veterans, you can kind of guess what that is. I won't spoil it. If you really want to know what it is, you can go play the first Souls game. But it's not important to play that one in order to play this one. There's not a lot that you're gonna miss out on. So let's raise our banner and continue forward. Neat. We'll light our bonfire and rest at it real quick. And we're going to go ahead and travel back to Firelink Shrine. We got some souls to spend. Back at Firelink Shrine. Let's go ahead and spend some of our souls.
Welcome home, Ashen One. Speak thine heart's desire. Very well.
We'll level up.
Taken.
And put a couple points into our health and stamina, and put some more points into strength. Yeah, it's good. And as you can see, with each point that we put into our attributes, the more souls it costs to add another point. And it's going to keep going up the more... Somebody's mowing the yard. It's going to keep going up the more you put points into your attributes. Excuse me, had a little hiccup there.
Farewell, Ashen.
And if we continue on, now that we've defeated our first boss, you can see there's a couple more items to purchase now. We got some fire bombs, we got some purple moss, some prism stones, that's new, I think. Actually, I think she was already selling all of this stuff. The more bosses you defeat, though, the more items will become available to purchase. Like boss armor, stuff like that. Let's go ahead and get...
Tis good, wasn't he?
We'll upgrade our weapon once. I don't want to put... Oh, it's going to cost some souls. We don't have enough. That's alright. We are going to reinforce our Estus Flask, though. So now we have 6.
Pretty be careful.
Pretty neat. Alright, and in the next episode, we will continue on in the Undead Settlement. Thanks for watching.